It's week 4 of the National Football League. And up next, we'll see the dual threat, Christian McCaffrey. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Bisons and the Steamers, and it comes your way next.
With the skyline of Manhattan as our backdrop, we are across the East River in the fabled borough of Brooklyn, New York. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Oklahoma City Bison taking on the Steamers of Brooklyn. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Brooklyn ball club. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for visiting Oklahoma City, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Jackson from the shotgun. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Jackson options out left. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. When you look at this defense, and this unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
And this unit knows exactly where they rank. They're number 2 against the pass in the NFL. You know they have their sights set on big.
There he goes, right side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bisons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their rookie cornerback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now a 2nd and 6. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. And I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Wiggles free. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Jackson. Got his open man. It's Mallory. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a first down. Now it's Jackson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bisons are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. A run there with Cook, not going to accomplish much. Call it no gain. Second down coming up. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
At the 20-yard line.
Here's Cook again. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line.
That's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled them.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Touchdown! Mark Andrews with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bisons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt them.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line ready for their next drive. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 10 carries, 94 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and the reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And we have an injury on the play, and it looks like the running back, James Cook, is the one who's down. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
21-0 our score after 1. Oklahoma City has the football here to begin the second quarter. 2 yards still to go. Third down now. As they've got it as we resume action. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He completes this to Russell Gage. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down. Completes it again to Gage. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now a 2nd and 2. On play action, they'll throw. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And a loose football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw again is Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
James Cook running back out now. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They run the counter with Cook. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. The offense on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Take it at the 37. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 48-yard line.
Jackson, options out left. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a 1st down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Jackson. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big pickup of 38.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Lamar Jackson. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Bisons are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than... Under pressure, and down he goes. Now they got to get to the line quickly. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Jackson. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Oklahoma City.
Now McCaffrey off right tackle. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We saw the former All-Pro Christian McCaffrey up to his old tricks in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there, bank at the 39-yard line. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
56-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And they will remain well behind.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, If he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On play action, it's Bridgewater. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Jackson now. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
It was Miles Murphy who fired in and got him to the ground.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. To throw, Bridgewater. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Play fake. Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They go play action. Bridgewater. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt.
From the 48-yard line, here's the second down and 6.
Throwing is Bridgewater. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Motion man left is Kirk.
On second down, Cook. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On third down, Bridgewater. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Marcus Peters came screaming in on the corner blitz.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. And they'll send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. First and 10 upcoming.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up second down.
It's second and 8 at the 22-yard line.
To throw is Jackson.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
That is hauled in by Michael Thomas.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Now it's Jackson.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. Now it's second and 10.
Jackson options out left.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Well, that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Now it's Jackson. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Bisons have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, trying to identify what's working and keep it going.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. He'll drop to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
He'll take it at the 42. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Jackson.
That's to the tight end, Mallory.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. This offense so far on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. and a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Fielded just inside the 30. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
3rd and 3.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Back to throw again. That's going to be caught by Kirk. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 113 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it's 3rd down.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed asleep. So for Oklahoma City, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I see this storm come rolling in, but you don't know me like you say you do. Will I run and find myself, or will I bite the dust and stay with you? You can help me breathe, only if I let you. I wanna let you in, but easily forget you. Try to settle down and try to worry less, 'cause when we face the eye, I hold you in my chest.
the National Football League on EA Sports. And our focus is on Kyle Pitts. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Snowhawks and the Condors. And it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 24.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Condors of Buenos Aires taking on the Snowhawks of Anchorage. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Boys, a shot, he scores! And I'm bringing sexy back.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go here in Anchorage. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The numbers for Pitts in that game a week ago, he was pretty prophetic. He said before that game, I want to get in the end zone often. He got there 3 times.
Yeah, it's one thing to catch a lot of footballs. That is important, but it's what you do after the catch that can make you great. And he had a great game last week.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That burst good for 20 and a first down. From midfield now, Burrow.
Short throw there, caught by Thomas.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one a first down pickup of 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
At the 30-yard line.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. 7 yards there and a first down. Play action. It's Burrow. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 6'3" cornerback.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That one complete. It's tamped down. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Now the rushing numbers for Stevenson from last week. 16 carries, 64 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage from every carry he receives this week.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
That's caught. He finds Danny Gray.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
When you look at this defense,
we know they're going to be tough to throw on top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5. But we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit. But how about guys who are maulers? Because that's who you want in short yardage situations. And we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Darren Stingley picks it.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive.
Remember last time out, they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their 2nd possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives them a 1st and 10. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
2nd down and 4.
And now they will throw it with Burrow.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Now Burrow on 1st down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Chris Wormley. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Burrow. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They end up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Here's Daniel Whelan now.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Kyle Pitts returns to the field along with the rest of this offense for the upcoming series.
There was a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups. Right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because, you know, all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time.
Well, with the problems they've had giving away the football in this first half, they've got to be over the moon that this is still a tie ball game. So here's where a quarterback has to move the turnovers to the back of his mind and focus on the present. And that's a good throw there to pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This is 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now Burrow. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
Third and 20.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. So they bring out their punter. Back deep, Jakeem Grant.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. The Buenos Aires offense back out now. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. And on now is the punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. From the 46, here's a 2nd and 7. Now it's Burrow. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Buenos Aires offense back out now. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Stevenson gets it again on 2nd down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. They're going to look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Looking left side, he's got him in. That's Stevenson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. This is caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be
under pressure, and they got to him again. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal, a loss of 6, and now it's third down. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Not too much to show you in terms of scoring plays. In fact, there's nothing to show you. A scoreless tie here at the half. Both of these defenses have been outstanding thus far.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This taken in at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. So this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have 1 half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
On second down, it's Stevenson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw on target to James.
And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They go play action with Burrow.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
Touchdown!
Brandon Ayuk.
his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. And the Buenos Aires offense back out now.
They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively.
Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a 1st down. Gotta love that efficiency.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now it's Burrow. And his throw here is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defensive coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
And the Buenos Aires offense back out now.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. The throw over the middle, taken in. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Here is 3rd and 5. Burrow looking to pass. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The 12 yards that time and picking up the 1st.
And they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game. And there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Burrow will throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. What an effort. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just saw receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown! A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Snowhawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Well, the Buenos Aires offense back out now. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, complete. It's Campbell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And they'll run the toss here with Stevenson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
Well, that's the kind of play that was lacking all the way through the first half. Maybe this can give them a little bit of a spark because they're not out of this game by any stretch.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Here's the Anchorage offense back out now. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Burrow's throw complete there to Thomas. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. From the 29, here's 2nd and 3. Toss left to Montgomery. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the 1st down.
Got a man. That's Ayuk. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now it's Burrow. Short throw caught by Pitts. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Burrow on 3rd down. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 9 yards that time.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick. They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Burrow. James has got it, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On the option left, it's Burrow.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Kyle Pitts.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Snowhawks are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Buenos Aires offense back out now. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's a 2nd and 7. And his throw is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He'll get this into the hands of Stevenson.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Caught left side, here's Dell.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Campbell.
Well, hang on now, we're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
And I'm bringing sexy
Ball
back.
on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, some strong running. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this will be scooped up by the defense.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out.
Here's the Anchorage offense back out now. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Now a fake on the jet sweep. And they'll instead run up the middle.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Christian Gonzalez up to make the play. They work now on 2nd and 9. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And they'll send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Right side, and he finds Gray. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They go play action here on 1st down. Campbell making the catch. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Touchdown! Robert Tonyan, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Condors are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Point after, right down the middle, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Ready?
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Anchorage, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Buenos Aires, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
It's week 4 of the National Football League, and we'll see Miles Sanders. He was unstoppable a week ago with 4 touchdowns. It's the Voyagers and the Caps on Sunday night primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Caribbean Isle of Puerto Rico and its historic capital city of San Juan. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Caps of Melbourne taking on the Voyagers of San Juan. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game,
a couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
and he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. And incomplete to open things up.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. Commanding the offense will be the 7th overall pick of the 2018 draft. It's Josh Allen.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. The numbers for Sanders last week: 24 carries, 87 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try to keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Patterson's kick is good. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 19 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown.
And I know that last week's game is over, but this feels almost like a continuation of what he did in the previous game. It's almost as if in his mind, he knitted together the 2 weeks with no break. He's off to a nice start here.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. When you look at this defense, they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. But it seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Now 2nd and 9. Allen now looks to throw. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 11 yards there, a 1st down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. They'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. 2nd and 6. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary.
He's by himself, Keenan Allen. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And it's caught. Touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. So a tiptoe catch back in the end zone, so tough to do, but he made it look pretty easy.
Certainly did, and the back of the end zone is treated the same way as the sideline. You have to get your feet down, inbounds, for it to count as a catch. How about the backgrounds of some of these guys, though? Did they work out? Or maybe some of them were ballet, some dance, who knows?
Yeah, you and I were talking the other day. I remember one of my favorite kids shows growing up. I don't know that I want to name it, but guys like Lynn Swan, they used to be on there showing their ballet skills.
And you have to remember when they were kids and their parents would tell them to take the ballet classes, you know they were fighting them like crazy, but right now they're saying, thanks, Mom.
And he returns this to the 22. Melbourne ready to go again on offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and a yard. He'll look to throw. That went into the hands of Tony downfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Eckler now between the tackles, and he'll take this one down near the 15. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll send one of those 2 tight ends in motion. Eckler trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 2nd and goal from the 1. That would give to the big fullback Juszczyk. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk, his first touchdown on the year. And the Caps have cut it back within a score. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Josh Allen and the offense heading back out. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. A quick throw there is incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Now we'll pause here for an injury, and it's Deebo Samuel. He's the man in question right now who will need some attention. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
It's a second down run with Sanders, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. To the air, Allen. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Allen. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. To throw, it's Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Allen. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone. They hand off to their big tight end. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Throwing now is Allen. And it's caught. Touchdown. Keenan Allen. A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Voyagers are able to widen their advantage.
On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Melbourne's offense back out on the field now. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
From the 25, here's 2nd and a yard.
Back to throw here. Connects with Kittle underneath. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
On the quick handoff, it's Juszczyk. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. On now is the punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. On play action, Allen. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
A give running left. It's Sanders to about the 40-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On play action, Allen. His throw incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 17-yard line.
And again, it's Allen. Give him another one right back to Allen. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Allen going to throw. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Allen now looks to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Now Allen. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Patterson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Well, they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the Windy City of Chicago. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We were treated to a solid first half of football by the great quarterback, Josh Allen. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Second half will start with a run by Sanders. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Looking to throw. And this one too low.
The struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw this inconsistent during the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
36 yards on the punt with no return. San Juan now getting set to take over on offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. On first down, Allen. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
From the gun, it's Allen. He's got this to Williams, complete. Down the sideline he goes. Jamison Williams, and all the way in for a touchdown. Jamison Williams, 82 yards. And the Voyagers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Melbourne ready to go again on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is a counter play, Eckler. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On play action, they'll throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Hines now on the return. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. San Juan now getting set to take over on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And
he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards.
Melbourne's offense back out on the field now. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the 1st down.
Up the middle with Eckler.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 44.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
It's Eckler again, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A handoff, it's Eckler. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On the give, this is Eckler. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now
Now on fourth down, out comes the field goal unit here. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll get the deficit back to 16. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. San Juan's offense ready to get started again. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Well, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Another run with Sanders. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Allen now on first down. It's Kelsey on the ground. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Allen again. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Patterson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Melbourne ready to go again on offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw here. Pressure comes and down he goes. Javon Hargrave, his 2nd sack of the night.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this returnable for Hines.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41.
San Juan now getting set to take over on offense. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And now they'll throw with Allen.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Second down, back to Sanders.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
An option handoff given to Sanders.
And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal.
On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And a Melbourne first down.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And one of the whistles for a timeout.
So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. One last shot at the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
One last shot at the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
To not finish a game on a defensive penalty, that's why they get one more.
And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. So they tried to tack on two more. Wouldn't have mattered as far as who won and who lost, but that's how this one ends.
Felt like cosmetics, didn't it? Just put another 2 points on the board, make the score look a little bit better. Maybe they wanted to run a 2-point conversion just to see what they had. Who knows? But it just wasn't necessary.
So for San Juan, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Melbourne, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.